Lord Kulveer Ranger. Lord Ranger is a former transport advisor to Boris Johnson when he was London Mayor and a friend of TalkTV. Good morning to you.
And a friend of your breakfast show,
friend
Julia,
of your breakfast show, but long-standing guest over the years. Thank you so much for joining us.
Show.
Thank you very much indeed. Hope you'll be a part of that as well. HS2, I think it was always going to be a disaster because it was Britain doing it. Any other country would have done it on, scrap of the budget, and it would have been done already, done and dusted, already built. What should we do right now? We've got a massive budget overhaul. I mean, just huge sums of money are being spent on a train line that pretty much no one seems to want.
You're right, Julia. But the problem is when you're in a hole, you keep digging and you keep ploughing money. And I think that's the problem that the Prime Minister has. I do not envy him. You're right. We should have got this built years ago. It should have been done for probably half the cost and the full length on it. The original scheme is the right scheme. Connect Leeds, connect Manchester, connect Birmingham, connect to London with HS1. Remember, HS1, HS2, they're meant to connect together, not have a gap between them. That makes no sense whatsoever. So this death by 1,000 cuts, that hasn't happened just under this Prime Minister, but considerable political leadership has been pulled. But really, the industry itself, the people managing this project, those faceless, nameless, senior people who are paid a heck of a lot of money, Julia. And that's all taxpayers' money. That needs to be held to account when this project is reviewed.
But the thing is, you can hold them to account, but it's civil servants who did these awful contracts with these people. They're ripping us off left, right and centre. One of the expert guests we've had on, he is involved in one of the last reviews. There's a review every few years about this terrible idea. And so he reckons the cost is now in the £180 billion range. And that's not even including the line going up to Leeds, line going to Manchester. The reality is, from word go, many mayors and leaders in the Midlands and the north of this country were saying, we don't need a high-speed rail link to London. What we need is decent rail links, not even high-speed rail links, but just decent rail links between all the great cities of the Midlands and the north, the Liverpools, the Manchester, the Leeds, the Bradfords, the Birminghams, and actually linking them up. And this money has all been spent, nothing to show for it, and no benefit to the people living in that part of the country.
I think we've fallen between two stools here, Julia. There is the need to connect those cities, but there's also the need to connect the high-speed link through our country. All we need to do is look at the French. The French a generation ago connected their major cities together and have a wonderful high-speed network crisscrossing the entire country, which gives people the opportunity to travel, business to do, investments, freight to be moved, sustainable travel as well. I was there a few weeks ago watching the rugby and could travel around the country by rail so easily on high-speed rail. We have not had that capability. We need to do it. We do need to have the interconnectivity between other cities as well. But the problem here, Julia, that people are so upset about is really this cost. Why has it gotten so out of control? And there's probably many answers to this, but the fundamental point is better governance of these projects. Now, that's all in the past. And the question is, you're asking me, what should we do now? The issue now for the Prime Minister is, does he let costs continue to spiral out of control? And I think he has to make the tough decision to get a grip.
I don't think he's going to please anyone with any decision he makes. We'll have to leave it there. Time's against us, Lord Ranger. Thank you so much indeed.